I hope everyone enjoyed the holidays. Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays. And as now we go from Black Friday and start thinking towards Christmas and New Year's in 2018, I want to ensure that everyone finishes strong. And I have 5 quotes that I hold closely to my heart. In fact, I call these quotes to live by. MoAction. 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 TV. Welcome, Millennials of Action, to Monday Motivation, or Motivational Monday, hashtag. So one day I was reading a Zig Zigler book and I read this quote: although no one can go back into time and make a brand new start, any one of us could start a brand new ending. That's a powerful quote. In fact, I find myself in a similar position as I was trying to start this channel with Millennials of Action, and it was really hard for me to get started. But then I thought of the ending that I can make. In time, I can start a channel that embraces people from all over the world, all over the planet, to basically take actions in their lives. By doing so, hopefully you improve the lives of others and you help the world become a better place. You may ask, what can I do? What can I do so I have this beautiful ending? Here's another quote, and this is one of my favorite quotes. I was drafting up a book one time, and this was really the importance of the book, and it's basically, start by doing what's necessary, then do what's possible, and eventually you'll start doing the impossible. And that's sort of how life is. Think of everyone that's successful. They started one task, with some reach, and then they moved forward and started doing it. And at first they thought, everyone looked at them and said it was impossible. And I'm sure they had a fear in their heart, and they were like, maybe it's not possible. But then, even if you're like Thomas Edison, you try 99, 99, 100, keep going. And in fact, he had a goal to turn on a light bulb and make light, beautiful light. And eventually he got it in his 1,000th or 10,000th try, he likes to say. But eventually he got what he was set out to do and accomplish, and did it well. So then my next quote is, how do you handle the challenges, the adversity, the life things that come up as you start to do any task or start away on any mission? This quote is saying, a failure is not a mistake. It may simply be the best that one can do with the circumstances that they're facing at the moment. The real mistake is to stop trying. I've actually been battling this throughout the year as I start making this channel. It seems like there was always an excuse for me not to make another video or me not to share content with you, because in my mind, I wasn't perfect, or I didn't look a certain way, or I talk about being inspiring, but I'm not inspired to carry out my life's goals. You know what I mean? Like, it's those things that we start to fear and question ourselves. But in reality, those of us that stop and don't try, that's where the real mistake is happening. And as I start doing these channels, I get more confident, and I learn that it's more, success, as I start these challenges, or as I start performing and doing these videos, I think I've learned something that we've all have learned at some point in time. Success is the small efforts that we do day in and day out. As we do any new task or a different task, and we start doing it day by day, we slowly improve and get better. Or maybe that task becomes easier and easier because now we're starting to think through it and we've had the experiences. So don't be afraid to start this new challenge, because yes, there's a greater ending ahead, But there's going to be challenges. That's just part of life. There's going to be things that you're going to have to get through, and that's natural. And believe me, you can get through them. You're a millennial of action in action. With that being said, I'm going to take you to my last and most important quote. I want you to realize that you're a champion. And the key with champions, they get things done. The last one, I want you to realize that you are a champion. And what makes champions in life are those that don't stop until they get what they set out to be. That was a famous quote by Billie Jean King, one of the Women's Tennis Association's famous founders and Hall of Famers. And as she was trying to take on men, because she felt that she was a real fighter for equality and equal rights and equal things, that she was like, I'm gonna win a battle of the sexes, and lo and behold, she was able to do that. So I want you to think of where you can be a champion in your life. I think I did either an upcoming video or a previous video where I talked about discipline. Where are you gonna have that champion mentality and have the discipline to be right about you, your future, and your goals? Because in reality, you're the only one that can make that happen. Thanks for joining for another episode of Millennials of Action. If you made it all the way to the end and you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that notification button and subscribe, because there's lots more to come on my journey, on our journey, as we become millennials of the future in action. Thank you. Bye-bye.
That was good. Did you like it?
Yeah, I think it was cool.